We live, Coach Bryant.
What's up, Miss Coach Bryant?
What's up? So what's up, everybody? It is Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, and it's time for Hits and Heels. Sorry about the glare on my glasses. I got all these lights on, but we still look dark for some reason. I can't get this light together.
I am dark.
Anyway, welcome to Hits and Heels. My name is Coach Terri Bryant. If this is your first time coming on, this man made me a football coach. He is my husband, Coach Bryant, and we coach middle school at Crawford. We took pictures today at Crawford Middle School today. We took our team pictures today, and I also coached for the only tackle women's football team here in the state of Kentucky on the Derby City Dynamite, and we're just here chatting it up because we are the guests MCs for the red carpet for the upcoming Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame, which is 10 days away. 10 days, Coach Bryant.
10
days. 10 days. Anyway, so I'm gonna share this real quick, and we have a guest speaker. Oh, there's our niece on. Hey, Mika.
What up,
what's up, baby? And we got a couple of guest speakers that are gonna come on. But right now we get Coach Bryant, where do you want to start? You want to start with the game on Saturday?
We'll do the game on Saturday, and then we're going to bring on a unbelievable young man. To me, he's a young man. He's still a pup because sometimes when he talks, I smell baby milk because he's still so young. And that is Ross Smith, who was outstanding baseball player. I was fortunate to coach against him. Mm-hmm. Unfortunate, I should say, but fortunate to watch talent. And outstanding community person that does a lot for young people. And so let's go UK first and then bring on Mr. Smith.
Okay.
All right. So your opinion. The Cats takes a loss, South Carolina. And I said to someone in the stands as I was watching the game, South Carolina seems to have our number like we got Florida's.
Yes.
When you think about it. And,
yes.
To me, everybody went after the quarterback. Everybody went after the quarterback. But, it ain't all his fault. I'm sorry. If you ain't got time to throw, you ain't got time, and the receivers ain't got time getting their routes, and we're not picking up stunts, it's everybody's fault. It's receivers not getting there quick enough, tight ends, linemen's not blocking, him not reading the right coverages. It was a whole group. Coach Stoops said it best to me. He said when he did his press conference, everybody takes blame for this one. And that's a class act. Everybody takes blame.
But
B-U-T.
There was also something on there where there was somebody in the stands that was a representative from South Carolina that was at the Ole Miss game, and they said that they were there stealing all of the signals, stealing all of the stuff like that. And so that's the conspiracy theory that I'm going to go with. And they're saying that was I don't know if you want to call it a conspiracy. Yeah, they said, and so they were saying that there was somebody in the stands. Somebody showed a picture of them. They had highlighted them, and they said that there was somebody from a representative from South Carolina that was in the stands that was stealing all of Kentucky's plays and went back and all of their signals, and that was the advantage that they had, and the reason why it seemed like Kentucky had no type of chance of being able to do it because they already knew everything they was going to do before that. So what do you think about that? Do you think that's conspiracy, or what do you think about that?
Well, when you play,
Coach Truck is on here. I'm going to ask Coach Truck too.
When you play as bad as we did, I'm just saying, you gotta find
some reason, right?
You gotta find a reason. So they take on the #1 ranked team in the nation coming up, and that's Georgia Bulldogs this coming Saturday at 7:30. And two former Georgia Bulldogs, the quarterback and the linebacker. Number 2, Jordan is.
Hey, Kai Simpson.
Hey, what up, Kai?
And your daughter is on here. She said that she's not. She said, "I'm sick. Can you come take care of me?" And she said, "Matter of fact, ask Coach to come." And you come.
Well, it'll be a 6.5 hour drive. But with that said, that is take it on Georgia, 7:30 kickoff, and What a task after playing so bad. What a task. So I didn't really answer your question because I just think that
whatever
things happen.
excuse and things just happen.
Well, I wouldn't look at excuse.
What's
Coach.
the spread for this weekend, Coach Bryant?
It came out 12 and now it's 22. 22.
A 22-point spread.
We're 22 dogs, but that's okay. That's why you play the game.
That's why you play the game.
Cats. Go Cats.
Yeah. What, Mr. Brown, what'd you say? But the defense allowed touchdowns, but kills the conspiracy theory. Yeah, that's true too.
Well, the thing about that is, Mr. Brown, I agree with that, but also my boy Kyle Simpson, it's momentum. When Ty Bryant got the interception.
How about Ty Bryant getting the interception and then we didn't
pick.
score? That killed the momentum.
And then we could have went into halftime 10-10. Sports, football, officiating calls, fumbles, turnovers. It's all about Mo. That's sports. And like we said, we're about to bring Smith on as well.
And then we'll bring Coach Truck on.
Coach Truck on as well. But sports now is Mo. I said it last week. Everybody runs and jumps. Everybody lifts. Everybody watches film. Everybody wears Nike. Everybody wears Adidas. Everybody wears Under Armour. Everybody does the same thing. Everybody does lift. It's about getting that Mo and then getting the crowd into it. That used to be an old saying when I coached Ty back in the day, get the crowd into it. Do something to get the crowd into it.
Okay.
So with that said.
Okay. So you want anything else besides before you bring Rod Smith on?
Well, I mean, I just hope that we come out and just play well and then
be competitive. Because even last year when we gave up 21 points, we made some errors in the first quarter, and we were down 21-0 at the end of the first quarter when we went down there last year. I just hope that doesn't happen this year. Right,
but we're playing home. But let's say this real quick before everybody don't realize what can happen. Who is North Illinois?
I don't know.
Didn't they beat Notre Dame?
But it's Notre Dame.
But Notre Dame beat Texas A&M at Texas A&M. So, I mean, who would think that they would come back the next week and lose to 16-14 to North Illinois? I'm just saying, let the game play. Our babies come out and do what they're supposed to do, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, cool.
Fair enough.
All right, well, y'all, we're gonna bring in Rod Smith,
and then we got Coach Truck.
And then we got Coach Truck on. Mr. Brown, maybe Rod can answer your question. We're getting ready to bring him on.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. We love for time. Thank you.
Roddy Rod.
What up, man?
What's going on, Chief? Thanks for having me on. I got a couple things before we get started, man. I want to congratulate you and your family and your son, man, on an outstanding performance. That's a great young man. You know, I've known him for a long time, and I'm so proud of that cat, man. It's unbelievable.
But thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. And that spread you said was what?
It's 22.
Yeah, 50.
It's 50, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's 50 now, isn't it? Coach Truck, isn't it?
Hey, I'm a UK cat, and I'm betting that. I'm putting my money on that one.
Yeah, that is a 50 on the 50 points on the over.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot to do with coaching out there too, fellas, ladies. I'm gonna go and keep it 100 with you,
please.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on that interception, like you said before the half, man.
We should have scored. We should have scored on that interception. I mean, we were in the red zone. I don't know. Ty Bryant couldn't have set us up even better without scoring himself.
That's funny, man. It tickles me when you say Ty Bryant. Yeah, it tickles me, man. Good guy.
Oh yeah. He's doing his thing, and thank you for the love. I mean that a lot.
And so anyway, I know I already had you on as a guest, and we went into detail, but we're 10 days away from honoring you, and you walking across that stage. How's it feeling? Y'all this past weekend, y'all walked in the parade. How's it feeling?
It was nice. I have to share this with you. I'm from East End, so
okay. So that was home.
It was a little, intimidating walking in front of all my people like that, and they yelling your name, and I'm a standoff cat. So when you get to walk in front of your people and they praise you like that, it's a wonderful feeling, but it's also a little intimidating, man. And but it'll be okay. And I'm a I'm looking forward to next week, man. I get to bring my daughter on stage with me. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm gonna walk out
Right.
there with her so she can experience that, man. You know, she's a high school student at Taste Creek, and she plays volleyball, cheer, and she runs track. So let her get a little bit of taste of that.
Good stuff. We're looking forward to it. So Mr. Brown said, how do you grab momentum in baseball? Just like that was a great question Mr. Brown just asked. How do you grab momentum in baseball? Kind of like how we totally missed that opportunity for momentum in the Kentucky game after Ty's interception. But how do you do it in baseball?
Baseball is so slow. So you know, there's times in the game where you can feel when you need to take that momentum, but it's very seldom and not too often where you can grab it like that. But it's early in the games when you grab that type of momentum, like if you score first or something to make a big play or something like that. But it's so, you know, it's so sporadic. So, you know, it's nothing like football where a play could change the game, a tackle could change the game or stuff like that. It's totally different. You know, I played cornerback and tailback and stuff like that. So, you know, you run off a 20-yard run or you get a pick, you have to capitalize on those things. But it's not as easy to capitalize on momentum in baseball than it is in football.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for asking that question. Well, listen, we just want. You got a question?
I got two. I did not know. Well, this is like a statement for you to follow up on, right? I didn't know you was a switcher. Is that true? Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
I switched it the first day I got to spring training, man. It was rough.
Okay.
So I spent a year doing that. I think I hit 202 that year.
Okay.
But,
you mean on the left side?
Altogether. Yeah, together.
Did you think the switch hitting, because that was something they used to say to Ty, why don't you teach him switch hitting? But I felt like you had to master one side and then go to the other. And so when you went to the major, why did you just wait then? Was it the team that wanted you to do that?
It was the Yankees. They did that. It was all them.
It was all them.
I made a mistake in my tryouts and stuff. And when they would come to look at me, I had been practicing it a little bit with Coach Chandler, which you know very well.
Yeah, my man.
And I did that, and I messed around and hit a couple home runs, and they was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do that." I thought they were
right.
I thought they were joking, and then when I got down there, man, that was the first thing they did. Well, actually, I had to learn the game all over, man. I went from center field to second base at the same time. So I struggled my first 2 years in professional baseball, man. And but after I got it going, I took off. It was a lot easier for me to hit, and I'm glad they did that because I reached base a lot from the left-hand side, and I learned how to bunt from the left-hand side. And then as I got older and got a little stronger, I started hitting the ball in the gaps and to hit a couple home runs, which I think I hit 22 was my highest, and I think I hit 17 of them from the left side. So
okay. Well, my second question was, how come you never got into high school baseball as a coach? As a coach.
We won a couple World Series, but it's really difficult to teach 16 to 18-year-old kids. And to be 100 with you, Cisco, I didn't like the disrespect of the kids, man, they have towards adults. And I didn't like the mouth because I came up in the 90s and I was playing in the 90s. And I started high school in 1989. And I had a coach, man, that was not tolerating that stuff. And you can't discipline kids, you can't scold kids, you can't talk to kids the way you would like to. And I just didn't have the feel for it, man. It would be hard for me to go out there and have to deal with that, the parents and the high school administration and all that stuff. It was different because I coached basketball and football at LTS.
Mm-hmm.
And
that I do know. Yeah,
and I can only see the kids' attitudes getting worse, and I could see it on the floor. I could see it on the field, not listening to coaches, and I wanted to give back to that. So I went and did the AAU thing, and I tried to give back like that. So I had enough of that.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Ozone, I see you. Ozone, I see you. We're going to bring you on. Coach Truck, I see you. We're going to bring you on in a minute. So, Mr. Brown has one more question, and then we're going to let you go. He said, playing for the iconic Yankees. He said, what did Derek Jeter mean to you as a teammate?
He meant everything. Like I said, I came from center field to second base, and that was my infield mate. So he's about 3 years older than I am. So he helped me a lot, man. I listened to him, and it wasn't like the iconic thing that everybody knows him as, because I got to see him every day. It was more like a friendship, and it was cool, man. Yeah, I got a little story I'm gonna tell you, like 5-6 seconds. I was learning how to play second base, and all of a sudden I heard somebody yell out, "Oh my God, he's playing with a skillet out here."
Flat hands.
And it was like the first day, so it broke the ice. And then we've been cool ever since. We're cool now, man.
That's good.
That's
He said, Mr. Brown also said that you are truly East End, and you are representing, was it the L&R, founded by Manuel Patton? And he said that was a great tribute. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Anyway, thank you. 10 days, and we can't wait to see you on the red carpet. I can't wait to get our pictures, because I know you're getting ready to be cleaner than the board of health.
Let me tell you. It's gonna be difficult for those cats to walk in there behind me.
Okay.
Okay. Ozone, you hear that?
I'm not
Ozone.
I'm not playing the games with Ozone.
He set the bar high, Ozone.
I know that's your dog.
Joe don't stand a chance. He don't stand a chance, and he knows this too. So I'm not even gonna take it there.
Oh no! Hey, Ozone, he allowed to wear some Michigan stuff.
Ain't no we get ready to bring it.
Or Texas.
Yeah. We gotta talk about that.
Make his man up.
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you, and we can't wait to see you in a couple of days. Bye, baby.
Love.
Man, that's so funny. Well, you want a truck of Ozone first? Well both of them. Because big things.
Well, they both doing their thing.
Let's go, big things, Kentucky.
Yes. What's going on? You can bring
on family.
Because shot was fired. Rod Smith saying it's over.
Hey, you know, Ozone is right now going, add me. I got a comment. That's your boy.
What's wrong with the sound? Oh, we ain't got no sound.
I don't have no sound. Ozone, I don't have no sound. There you go. Try now.
Oh, he got you scared. Roddy Smith has got him scared.
Oh, man, his sound went out. But, man, I want to give a shout-out to y'all, my coaches. How y'all doing, coaches? The Crawford
We
Cougars.
are good. We good. What's
doing
good?
big things.
Yes, yeah. What? My question to you, if people don't know who this is, he's him and okay, where's your boy at? Is he okay?
Buford's fine, man. He just, he drives buses. He works early.
I knew that.
He goes to bed early. And right now, it's just he's got some mobility issues. So it's kind of hard for him to get around. So he don't really get out as much. But he's there. He'll be on the show. I'm finishing up editing for tomorrow's episode now.
Well, as males, y'all like Laverne and Shirley. Both of y'all. One is the other one. The other one is the other one. So I mean that highly. Y'all are unbelievable. Have done a great job with your show. It's gotten bigger and better and better and better. And everybody knows your name.
Yeah. Make sure you drop the link to the YouTube so that people can go, and make sure y'all go and subscribe to Big Things Kentucky. So if you're local or around here and around the Lexington, Kentucky area, but they do across the state. They're going to give you all the updates in our local area or whatever like that, as far as most of the high schools, especially for football, basketball. And they're even covering some of our middle school games. We appreciate y'all. Y'all usually cover our middle school games too.
And do a good job. But I just got to wonder, how are you paying your bills? Not going in your house because you jump on every bandwagon. So that costs money. I mean, to buy the shirts and buy the hats. I'm just asking. The wife got to be saying something.
Man, you know, I get a lot of donations, man. You know, I just walk in and people want to put stuff on me. You know what I'm saying? Because they know.
So let
when
the
I
people
show
know
up,
you're
they
saying.
must be doing something right.
Yeah, let them know you're saying. I got a couple questions, but let them know you're saying.
Hey, Ozone,
Hey, we winning, we riding, baby. That's if we winning, we riding. I'm on the ship. I'm rolling. If you winning, I'm riding. Hey, it's time.
Because the first time back in the day, you had on a shirt and then the team lost, and then you came on your show, you had the other team shirt on. And I said, wait a second, did he have on the
I did that? I don't remember.
You don't remember?
You don't remember? Where's Buford at right now? What?
Oh no.
Ozone, can we hear you yet?
Can you hear me?
Yes. What up?
Don't
Oh.
that guy.
Hold on.
That guy right
I
there.
don't know how to take all this stuff off. So
Hey, hold up. Babe, hold up. I got to do it real. Bang, bang.
49er gang.
Yeah,
Hey,
that
we
was
look good,
now we
don't
can
we?
start.
We look good.
Don't listen to Truck. Man, we do the show every week. My coach, me and Buford look at each other. That guy right there.
I wasn't trying to go in his house on his bills, but this man's got probably 20,000 shirts of every school from Bell County to Bowling Green to Great Crossing to Catholic.
And he has not paid for one.
But that's how it's supposed to be.
Exactly, it is.
Y'all all of their gear to represent them for when y'all show up on their sideline.
Yeah, I mean that.
It should be like that. It should be like
I'm waiting on my Crawford shirt.
Being on their sideline.
Hey, I'm a Crawford alum, and I'm still waiting on my Crawford gear.
We got you. Send me y'all sizes. Send me your sizes.
Hold on. Let me say this, babe. Hold up. No, we ain't getting nothing free yet. Okay. My thing is, I've seen Coach T at our games. No, not when we get in the stadium. You know, when you get to go up top and do your play-by-play. He comes and grinds in the north end at Crawford.
Okay,
So
and I have
been the north end at Crawford. He's been on our field, that grass field. So I'm just asking a question. Where you been?
I have a community center that I help run, so I have other kids I got to deal with too.
Wow, that was good.
That
was good. That now I feel bad. Hey, it's like 3 years ago, I jumped on a young man because he kept missing practice on Wednesday. And I said, where you been? That's what you doing to me. I said, where you been? He said, Coach, I'm at Bible study. I had nothing for that. I was like, okay, great. So I got nothing for that. That's good.
Can't beat Jesus.
Amen. But not try.
Well, that Bryant Station, Douglas, what was the JV game we was at?
Yes.
That was
I did not realize that was Douglas's first loss to a city school in any football game.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
JV, varsity, they have not. That's their first loss to a city school.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So what do you feel about right now, both of you? And then, you can answer this after Truck. What's going on in the city right now? Tate Creek, Henry Clay, Bryant Station, Lafayette. Quick point on all of them. Everyone, if you can just run down it real fast on which school you think is the it and which one is the pretender.
Well, let's see. I think you still got to go with Douglas. They've had some tough losses, but they're kind of like until somebody beats them, they're the team to beat. Bryant Station, potential challenger. They got some issues. It really hurt them that they lost their quarterback late in the season, getting ready for the season. Breaking in this new JD. He's coming. He was supposed to be receiver. So now he's playing quarterback. So that's a big thing. Taste Creek, we'll know this week.
That's exactly
You know,
what I
they
was
had
gonna say.
two wins, and then they had a bad loss.
Mhm.
So we don't know. Henry
Clay.
Clay, runs the clock, literally runs the clock over there. Lafayette, they're coming on.
They fixed it.
Say it again about
What
Lafayette.
about Lafayette?
Truck,
They're
what
coming
you saying?
on. I like what Coach Lawson's doing. I kind of, my only thing, I wonder, maybe he would have been better off maybe sticking to that, because his main feeder is Jesse Clark.
Mhm.
And they're a dominant middle school program, and they kind of
Yes.
have a program and a system. So it's kind of like maybe, maybe integrate some of that into what he's doing. Maybe that would help,
Mhm.
because he gets the majority of their teams, and they've been good and they're well
He's
coached.
90% of their team.
Yes. So, maybe kind of integrate a little bit of that, that power eye, what they do there. Maybe that would kind of help. Who else?
Dunbar.
Johnson, Coach Johnson.
Coach Johnson, he's even talked. He's kind of like him and Henry Clay are kind of the same boat, where their feeder systems, that's really what's hurting them.
Right.
He's basically getting Beaumont, and like O will address, because I let O talk about Henry Clay because he knows a lot more. Their feeder system is basically Morton now.
Mhm.
Where they lost, they get some of Hayes, but they haven't really been getting much of that.
Right.
And just, so yeah.
Well, we can't leave out the other two schools who are in Lexington.
LCA.
Lexington Christian, Lexington Catholic. Real quick on those two.
Thayer.
And Sarah, excuse me, and Coach.
And Sayer, yes. Both of the private schools are doing well. Lexington Catholic is 0-3, but I think this is more kind of like a transition year, and they've had some rough games, a hard schedule starting out. But look for them to be on track, when it comes to getting into playoffs and everything. LCA, man, Coach Doug. We knew Coach Doug way back when he used to coach the Packers in Little League. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing basically what he did then. He's got the Little League football.
I threw a flag on him. We're coming on the field.
Yeah. So, and he's got the youth league he's kind of reviving that, because Park and Rec is kind of struggling right now.
Right.
And who was it? Sayer, man. Chad Pennington built that from the ground up, and that is just a well-run 1A program.
You're right.
Oh, so, I don't know. You got anything else?
Yeah. No, go ahead and chime in.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Me, Truck, and Buford, we talk about this every Tuesday, Wednesday. So the same sentiments he's talking about is the same thing I feel as well. To address the Henry Clay situation, Douglas being built really killed Henry Clay. I mean, because now Henry Clay has no feeder system other than Morton. You get, like Truck said earlier, you get a little bit of Hayes, and Morton's football program is down. So how can you build a program when you don't have anybody coming in? When you start to develop talent, then your talent transfers. For instance, Coach Gay had a tackle that he started as a freshman, and then the kid transfers to LCA and sits for 2 years before he starts. And that's those are the type of things that happens, and that's tough. And just the football IQ over there is just not as high as it used to be anymore. And I think that's probably just around the city, what I'm saying, as a whole. Maybe we can get some of those. Maybe we can get some of those Crawford kids to come over and help out. That would be.
I mean, So Woodhill isn't Henry Clay anymore?
Yeah, but they're not producing the kids that they used to.
Well, here's the thing: is in case y'all didn't know, that I don't know if it's 100% factual, but Hayes kids, to my understanding, I could be wrong. I don't mind being wrong; doesn't bother me. When the new school starts, Hayes kids will be going to Henry Clay.
Well, they might split up. There might be.
No. Here's where I heard what happened. Hayes kids is going to Henry Clay. Douglas. Douglas.
I think we lost them. Oh,
yeah, I think we lost them. Okay,
Rod
there
said
we
he
go.
wants back in.
Yeah,
Rod
Rob
wants
said he wants back in.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so the objective is the way they said the district and everything's going to go. I don't know if it's fact. What I heard was the Hayes kids all will be going to Henry Clay. That would help Henry Clay because Hayes wins.
Yeah.
The new school will be going to Frederick Douglass.
Mm.
Our school will be going to
Bryant Station.
Douglass and Station.
Yeah.
Because right now we're 98% Frederick Douglass,
Yeah.
and so is Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't understand. The two teams that's battling, one of the 1, 2, 3, Hayes is going to be there. We're going to be there. Jesse Clark's going to be there.
Yeah.
You know, if you get 2 of those out of the 3 going to the high school, that's going to help your program.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because number one, they know how to win.
Yeah.
Because and know how to what they're doing. So that's what I'm hearing, and that's what I'm hearing, Coach.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing, like I don't want to keep, going back to that situation, but Henry Clay and Lafayette, maybe, I think they're in the same boat. They don't get the kids who they used to get. Say for instance, me and Rob, we both grew up in East End back in the day. Henry Clay got Crawford, they got LTMS, they got a little bit of Bryan Station. They had a plethora of feeder schools, and then when they start to redistrict, and then they add a new high school. Now all those feeder, so you got a little bit of Tate's Creek. You had Henry Clay had a huge feeder system. Now you literally cut 85% of that feeder system off. So what are you left with? Now it's easy to build a basketball program because you only need 12 kids.
Right.
It's easy to build a baseball program because most kids play baseball. It just is what it is. But kids don't come out and play football in droves like they used to anymore. Just because they have other opportunities like lacrosse, soccer, and other sports to get into, and a lot of kids are just sitting at home playing video games as well. So that hurts Henry Clay and Lafayette and Dunbar. And
Well, I think the Henry Clay and Lafayette, Mr. Coach Bryant, you can relate to this, is every program has a group. Rod is back on. Hey, Rod. Every program has a group, and that's what I think Henry Clay's missing. Because Lafayette had a group. They had a group of kids that played together, and they were very successful. Yeah. Frederick Douglass has been fortunate; they have groups. One after the other, and that's a blessing, amen. But it doesn't mean it's going to stay. It's just right now, because when I coached in the 90s, it was Henry Clay. Everything. I mean, I'm telling you, I coached
easy there, Chief.
No. Whoa. Hold on.
Easy there, Chief.
Henry Clay was compared. I coached against them. They were competitive every year. Let's be real.
Y'all had those power kids.
They were competitive when this kid graduated, I would go, good, he's gone. Then the next year,
in what, Cisco?
In football.
No.
Oh, no, come on, right. No. Henry Clay was the most dominating program, as in wins. They were competitive every year in the 90s. Talk to me.
Hey, you talking about when y'all had that run of Powell kids that was going there when Powell was dominating the loop? Like you talk about those groups. When you were coaching at Powell, all those kids.
But see, that goes back to what we were saying, because they were getting those kids coming out of East End. Yeah. And see, back then Powell was ran out of East End, and Henry Clay was getting those kids.
Yes,
like
that's back when Aspendale was up.
Yeah, Lafayette.
When Withrow was Withrow.
Yes.
And see, the one I don't want to do the East End thing, but East End is unique.
Do the East End thing,
because East End had so much talent. If everybody in East End would have went to one school,
you
understand what that would have meant for the city?
Now,
it's a fact. East End, you went to Lafayette. East End got Lafayette, Bryan Station, Tates Creek, and Henry Clay. They got 4 out of those 5 public high schools. Can you imagine if every kid out of East End would have went to a Henry Clay or a Bryan Station or a Lafayette? Do you understand what they could have meant for one of those high schools?
Look, can I ask you a question though? Can I ask you a question?
Say it again.
Weren't they going to Bryan Station though from the East End? Most of them from the East End going to Bryan Station?
No, they were split up. It was split
Oh, they were
up.
split. Gotcha.
Yeah, like back in the day, like Thomas Street, Arbor Grove, they went to Tates Creek.
Mm-hmm.
A part went to Lafayette. A part went to Bryan Station, and a part went to Henry Clay.
Okay, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Oh, sorry. Littleton Ward just joined us. What's up, Littleton?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
All right, we had to put you in.
All these Hall of Famers on here.
All these famous. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, though. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to let people know that.
And Littleton and Rod can attest to this because we all grew up playing against each other, playing with each other. That East End is so unique where you just had a plethora of athletes and kids who just got split up to go to 4 different high schools. And that helped out every high school. It just didn't benefit Henry Clay. It just didn't benefit Bryan Station, Lafayette, or Tates Creek. Now, it's funny to me.
It benefited Tates Creek a lot.
Yes, because how do you have a kid who's living in East End travel halfway across town to Tates Creek? You got to make it make sense.
Just like the kids that went to West End and went to Dunbar.
And Lafayette.
There you go. Instead of going to Lafayette,
Can I ask a question? Do you guys think that has something to do with the old school Dunbar that ran through the state back in the days when we weren't born, but they ran the state? So if you would have had all of East End going to one school, it wouldn't have been any competition. I don't want to bring conspiracy into it, theories and all of those stuff, but let me tell you. Oh, me, you, we might not have had a position on them teams, man. If it was guys.
No, well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
All right, hold on. I wasn't there.
I don't believe that one.
Hey, hold on. Oh, I agree with you. And that I'm sorry. Y'all 3 would have played, and Coach would have played. Sorry.
We would have played, but I'm just saying, if they would have left that alone and they would have had that circle of East End, no one would have won anything. And I know Littleton's from the north side. I know it's.
Well, I started out. I am, but my roots is from Charlotte Court, though.
I get it, but we're talking about high school, though, Littleton.
Yeah, north side. Absolutely.
You went over to Bryan Station.
Yeah,
because you moved out north.
Yeah, absolutely, I did.
Right.
Well,
so I kept that thing out in East End together. It's not even a question. This thing.
It was just so many. I just think back, it was so many ball players, man. Yeah. Whether it was East End, West End. I mean, a lot of them came from the west side and east side. But even when I moved out to the north end, I didn't know. I ran into some other players out there as well, guys that can play. So it was like a melting pot around the city. That it was some ball players, players out there that you were blessed to be able to, compete with.
I feel like
from a little league standpoint, all the way up through junior high school and going into high school. So it was.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I felt like the time that we grew up, because we're all the same age. I felt like we grew up in the golden age of sports, from the mid '80s. Up into the mid 90s. I feel like all the athletes that was produced at that time who went on to do big things, no pun intended, who went on to do big things, you know what I'm saying, within our collection of athletes at that time. And I feel like right now none of that can be duplicated. With all the athletes and stuff that came out during that time.
It definitely was a special time. I mean, Coach Bryant was able to see it from a different standpoint.
Yes.
He coached against it, so I can only imagine the side that he saw it on as far as talent-wise.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing that I think, because I'm older than all three of y'all, all four of y'all. Okay, and I mean that. I'm being serious. But the biggest thing.
Hey, I just want before you get started. A lot of people don't know you were Bowling Green's all-time receiver leader
for a while, and then the fan crushed it.
Hey,
Speak on it, Cisco. Speak on that.
But here's my thing is, I think the reason why I always look at back in the day was a little bit better. It wasn't a lot you would do. You either play sports or you work.
Right.
Okay, now, like you just said, Ozar, it's so much other stuff that kids or they don't want to do. It's sort of like the young people now, there's only there's a lot of few that is special that says, I'm going to go out in this June heat. I'm going to be in this December winter.
Absolutely.
And back in the day, we took it and we knew that's just part of playing sport.
I think that.
And now if it's not beautiful and the wind's not blowing out of southeast at 10 miles an hour and mommy don't have Gatorade for me, I got a problem.
You're right.
I mean, last week our game got canceled because it was too hot. I mean, how many times did y'all games get canceled back in the day?
None at all.
That it wasn't just as hot.
It's hot in 2024.
Yeah, I think that you know what I think. Of course, we're in a different day and age, but you're right, Cisco. It's a different mindset with the time period we came up in. It was just we were a lot more hungry, and we had a lot more things to be able to. We was fighting to be able to make it out of our neighborhoods. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We wanted to make it better for yourself, but also for your family and all those things. You was carrying the weight of where you came from and what you were trying to focus in on doing. So, the grind and the work ethic was the key to being able to help you be able to be really good, because you had talent. Everybody had a lot of talent out there. It was just getting out there, really wanting it, and really wanting to be able to go to a whole other level with your game.
Well, I remember Ty saying to me one time, he was little, about 6 or 7. He walks up to me and he said, "Pops, are we East Coast or West Coast?" And I said, "Ty, we're suburb."
Cisco, now that you said that, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, Cisco. You said suburbs, right?
I said, no, I was telling him we're suburb. We're not East Coast, West Coast. We're suburb. And a lot of our kids are growing up in the suburbs.
Oh, absolutely.
So
and when they get to a certain age, they don't realize the struggle. Like I made a comment before, my mom opening up the oven to keep the house warm. Yeah. Okay, that's what the Ward was talking about, the struggle. And then you said, "Oh, I'm gonna make my family life better."
Right.
Sure. Our kids, what's their motivation?
Right.
Because they didn't have that struggle.
Yes, Coach.
Cisco, I'm gonna say something, and I talk to Ozan about this all the time. We are urban fathers and mothers raising suburban kids.
Yes.
And I believe, and I'm not going to say it hurts, because every generation is supposed to make it better. Right? But taking away that aggressiveness and that attitude to instill better things in your children, I think it hurts in the sports department.
Yeah.
Because
and
I have a 15-year-old daughter.
I've seen your daughter. She's very talented.
Yes, but that child has no idea, none, about what it means to get out there and have to work for it.
Yeah.
Different, man.
She's just
I think it's a different type of work, Coach. Hey, Ron, it's a different type of work, because you can't tell me you 4 with your kids is not grinding what you got grinding in you. I mean, because we'll go to Miss Coach Bryant based on her daughter. It ain't got nothing to do with sports. It's the mindset that my stepdaughter has to be successful. We're not talking sports. We're talking about life.
Right.
And Miss Coach Bryant, she has installed that in her daughter, who's a grinder. Y'all have installed that in your kids. Like I saw your daughter, and I remember her cheerleading, and they messed up. She was not happy. I remember I don't know what game, it was on the road. Reggie Douglas was playing a basketball game. I don't know where they were at. But I'm just saying, we grind that in our kids.
That's true.
I see Littleton Ward's son every day. He's got that little dog in him. You don't learn that by being passive.
He's not Littleton.
Let
me tell you,
come on, man.
He's not Littleton. He might be athletic wise, but mentality, nah.
I
say this to my guy all the time.
No, that's the difference. I mean, he's very athletic.
But Rod, Littleton worked so that she wouldn't have to know that.
Amen.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? He provided a lot. He didn't, I mean, it's kind of like, I understand what you're saying, but I think Littleton was like, he didn't want her to grow up like that. That's why he worked and grinded like he did to become what he became.
Yeah,
but we want the best for our child.
You want the best. I mean, you want the best for your kids. You don't want them to come up the same way you came up, and that probably did doing those things and putting them in a better situation, home life wise, and all those things do.
And it's not saying that you didn't raise her, right? You raised her like you were raised, but it's different having to grow up like you grew up,
right?
And then her growing up like you grew up, even though you may be teaching her the same stuff that your parents was teaching you, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying?
My son,
things up a little bit.
Yeah,
it's different. It's different,
like,
but now
they got a PlayStation and a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? You had a rock
floating,
and a water hose. You know what I'm saying? That was what we played.
Man, those kids are floating through life, man.
Yeah.
Our kids are floating through life.
And you know what? And also, what I had to I'm understanding also is that this day and age of what the temptations that these kids have, the distractions, with the phones, with the social media, with everything that's surrounding around them, trying to be able to compete and be successful. I can only imagine, because I didn't have that kind of distraction. I was really locked in on what would need to be happening, but my distractions wasn't like that. I don't know how I would adjust, but it's a different world. You know what I mean? Even with the kids that are locked in, like your son, like Ty Bryant is. Even with him, he's locked in and know what he want to do, know what he want to get accomplished, and know what goals he has for himself. Even with that said, there's still some things there that I know he got to balance with the things that's surrounding around him. You follow me? And those things there are a challenge, man, for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate what these kids are going through now, because if we had social media when we were growing up, man.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Man, the stuff me and this guy used to do
laws now are totally different. Can you imagine the level of bullying back in the day?
Yeah. You were allowed to say stuff back then.
You were allowed to say stuff. I mean, there would be fights all the time. Every game would be a knockout, brawl out.
It was bad.
If we had social media back in our day.
Man, it wouldn't be nice.
It wouldn't be nice. No, it wouldn't be nice.
And another thing, all of us kids, we liked each other.
Yeah.
We wasn't out there trying to fight each other. We wasn't out there trying to go shoot at each other and none of that stuff. We all literally liked each other. Like, we played with each other after our games. I remember having to play against those two when they played with the Oilers.
Talk about it.
And and we literally, after the game, we liked each other. We went to go hang out and play. These kids don't do that anymore.
Ozan, can you speak? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but can you speak about the gauntlet that you had to run through at that Meadowthorpe Park on Saturdays, going to play the Saints, the Broncos, and the Oilers?
and you had to go play against Darnell Burton. Everybody know who Darnell Burton is. He played with the Broncos. Then you had to go play against Brian Young, I'm sorry, with the Saints. And then you had these two clowns with Davon Davis playing with the Oilers.
Which is still the best. Which is still the best offensive.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's right. Yeah.
Our Raiders.
That's right.
Our Raiders. Calm it down now.
Nah.
What's wrong, Coach Brad?
A jacket that has 3 championships on it. Got a jacket that got 3 championships on it.
Check his out. I'm gonna tell you the names on this.
But it was just literally it was just so much talent. It was just so much talent in that one part on those 3 teams.
It was blessing, man. And you know what? I never really looked at it. Looking back at it, at the time when you was actually in the midst of it, you knew it was a lot of talent, but you really didn't know.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Really didn't know. But even with that, Ozone, even playing against you guys, it was talent at other parks that I was like, man, these guys are just as good. It's just we were just overwhelmed. We were loaded,
Yeah.
I didn't want to deal with Valley.
No, I didn't.
I didn't want to deal with the pal. Was it Scarlet Knights or
Blue Knights?
Blue Knights. I didn't want to deal with that on Saturday.
Yeah.
But we had to go out there and compete, and that's what we did. And that
was the best thing about it.
That's a lost thing going on right now.
It is a loss. The little leagues are, I don't know, it's a lost art almost. I mean, I know they're doing it, and it's just that a lot of the coaches now, the coaches that we had back then were very fundamentally sound on things, and it just was different. You know what I'm saying? And kids' mindsets were different. You were a lot more serious about the game, and what made us serious about the game, because as a young kid, I mean, as a young 6-7-year-old, I was literally, and you had to be, I mean, that was just a mindset. I was literally playing with my He-Man and G.I. Joe man. I was playing football with them. You follow what I'm saying? I was already ingrained in wanting to be and know what I wanted to be something.
Yeah.
And that's the difference nowadays mindset. During that time period, a lot of us knew what we want. We wanted to be able to be successful. If it was basketball, football, track, you had an idea of what you wanted to do. And in my household, I mean, I had brothers on my back, so it was different.
I used to listen to the woo out there on Saturdays when somebody make a play. You know who that is. That's some more cats out there.
But you know what? Looking back at it though, I was already driven, but I also, on the another side of me, was more so of I didn't want to let them down either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even with that mindset, I didn't want to let them down. Even though, it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure on all levels. And I didn't really get a chance to really enjoy the game until I went to college.
Yeah, well, on your end, you know what I'm saying, you had brothers who played, you know what I'm saying, Division I football and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? On our end, we depended on each other. Me and this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were in first grade together all the way up till 8th grade. You know, so we literally pushed each other. Now, you had a different type of pressure, you know what I'm saying, because of who your family is. We had a different type of pressure where, we eating syrup sandwiches.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we trying to get out of the project.
They were good.
They was good.
Don't toast it.
And some wish meat sandwiches.
Don't toast it.
So
some things you got to keep to yourself, man. You got to keep to yourself.
we amongst family.
Yeah.
That's a blessing, though.
Points that I want to bring to you guys' attention, because he said that Bryan Station had some of the best track teams, the best in the 70s. He said most athletes came from St. Martin, Green Acres, Winburn, and the neighborhood on Georgetown Street beyond Mandino. The station had several neighborhoods to get talent, including Oakwood. And then he also mentioned Jack and Lee about Henry Clay that moved up north, went to station, and played in the group. And then he mentioned Bird and Turpin. And of course, all these are people that we've already put in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Right. And I think it's just so funny that this kind of comes back in full circle, that two of you on here are being inducted in 10 days. And I'm so thankful that you guys are just kind of just reminiscing about the sports here in Lexington and the whole history. And I'm again.
Babe, you know why?
Again,
because they didn't have to play the purples. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, before I heard that, Cisco, and I'm gonna get back to that in a second. But before we go any further, we're going in next week with two of the coaches that I started off with, Coach Hawk and Coach KT. There just no more of those people. No more of those people.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, and the wife can vouch for this. When Coach Hawks came up, she can tell you I just went ballistic about he needs to be in. Because when I started helping and being in community of Fayette County, which I love Lexington. I love Lexington. Everybody knows that. And the stuff and the time and the effort that man did, when especially at one time, that 1 year, he coached 4 baseball teams so they would not get canceled. How many people will sacrifice their life when none of them are their kid? Because most people do a lot of stuff because it's their kids on the team.
That's true too. You're right.
And when I said that is amazing because I didn't have no kids. I wouldn't have did it.
Yeah, I'm probably right there.
I'm not going to front and say I would. That man, and you are 100% right, Coach Smith, Rod. That is a fact.
Yeah,
and that's a good point you made up.
I think that's why I'm still looking forward to 10 days from now to just seeing all of y'all get honored and for the community to.
She freezes out.
Yeah, and I can't find it.
There you go.
The internet keeps popping out on us, and
because we got legends on.
We got all these legends.
We got legends on.
We got we got it back on, but yeah, I just can't wait. 10 days. I can't wait for the red carpet. I can't wait. The talk and and
yes,
and just to hear the story. I still feel like I'm gonna have to get everybody on individually so I can get more in depth because I know they're only giving y'all maybe 2 minutes to talk, and that's not enough to really hear everybody's story. Even though we'll get a small bio, but I look forward to kind of just reaching out to them, bringing them on just so I can just get more in depth on their story. Just like like we did with you, Rod. Their story was amazing when we had you on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Just to being able to go in depth with y'all's story because it's just so amazing to hear.
Well, here's the thing is, even with Coach Strutt, he don't realize that he will get nominated because what you are doing in the Fayette County and the surrounding area is community. It's bringing a light to stuff.
Yeah, I want to big him up on that too, Cisco.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I've seen him walking around a long time.
Yeah,
I've been waiting to get on that platform. So
Yeah, I mean, but here's the whole point: is we see
know Ozone has something to do with that too, though.
Yeah, here's the problem with Ozone. Ozone has little parties, picnics at his house, and don't invite me and the wife.
What? Yeah.
But that's another story. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that off the
time in Cisco.
But see, I wanted to like Rod,
man, first came out. I was excited because again, our community needed a sports voice, and I felt like the local community or sports newscasters, they give their take, but I didn't feel like that they really did a good job of shining light on like the North End schools, because and the talent that were coming out of, and they kind of pick and chose who they wanted to highlight. But I love that Big Things Kentucky gives everybody a chance to see everybody and the voice and to keep up with all of sports and Lexington, especially as Lexington is growing with building these new schools. Because now you got to add a middle school next year.
I think your platform is awesome too, Terry. Alongside with Truck and also Ozone. You guys it's a calling. I think that what you guys are doing in the media for Lexington area is, I mean, it has to be a calling for that. It has to be a drive to want to do that, and the love for the city, love for the area, and love for what you want to continue to broaden your brand even wider, which is what you're doing, Terry. And all you, I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, because you guys are bringing about stories that normally don't get a chance to be heard. And a lot of people are watching the platform. All three of you guys' platforms, they're watching, they're paying attention, and it's growing. So kudos for all y'all doing that for sure.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
they're doing it.
Absolutely.
They're doing it. Like this format here was all Miss Fun. I mean, she comes up to me, she calls me. It's the same way we got our dog. I'm at work. And she says, we're going to get a dog. And I go, no, we're not getting a dog. So I hang up. She calls me back. And I go, what? Whatever. Yes. And I go, whoa, guess what? We got a dog. Okay. And so the same thing with this format. She said, I want to do this. And I said, okay. And then she can know somebody's talking to me. And then the next thing I know, she calls me back later. And it's a great format. Guys, we're not rounding it up yet, but having you guys on, you don't understand. It is amazing for people to hear your story, because a lot of times you might think they know, but they don't know.
That's facts.
Right. And that's a fact. You don't think you don't know. I mean, like Ozar does football, officiate basketball. I did basketball for 2 years. Will never do basketball ever again, because it's too many superstars in basketball, and as an official, I can't deal with the mouth, and I commend him for that. I can't, him my boy. I commend you on that. I mean that, because everybody getting a T if I'm officiating.
Well, I think that was the reason why I kind of started this platform. It was, it kind of came, well, of course, me being a football coach was part of it, because, Cisco made me a football coach. And y'all didn't tell me that there was another first female football coach came out of Winburn. I just found that out. She's being recognized in the Apologetically Woman next week. I forgot her name, but I got to get her on. So I wasn't the first. And none of y'all told me that. But that's okay. I want to make sure that she gets the credit for being the first female, and she came out of Winburn Middle School. And so, but I'm excited about that, and I thank you all for embracing me on and respecting me on the football field when y'all see me on the football field, and definitely thank you all for chiming in when I sent you the link and y'all were able to come on. I just appreciate y'all coming on and embracing your presence on my platform.
I feel like
thank you.
We just try to. I think I try my best to be able to try to support or help somebody else out whenever I come on. It's more so giving back, and because somebody's listening and hopefully listening to be to help support somebody for the future. Yeah, they need to understand what it takes to get to this point. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of blessings from God, a lot of hard work, and a lot of perseverance. And that's what it's about. We got to give it back to somebody else. Somebody else gravitate to it. Somebody be able to gravitate and pull it up and go with it. So,
well, I think it's good. But before we end up ending this, we're gonna go real quickly. I need who. I need the name of the team, and I'm writing it down, and I'm gonna come at you if you're wrong. Okay, Ballard plays Bryan Station High School this weekend. Who wins? Starting with Littleton, go to Coach T, then go to Ozar, and then go to Coach Smith. Go ahead.
Where they playing at?
They're playing at Bryan Station.
Oh, Station win that.
All right, to Coach Tuck.
Well, we got our show. We did our pick Thursday. And I'm gonna keep it quick. Let's go Defenders. I'm riding with my Bryan Station Defenders on this show. this shit right here.
You didn't pick him on your show then.
My audio breaking up. What you saying?
Nah, you ain't ride with no defenders. You ain't real no defenders.
My defenders, baby.
Look,
All right, Coach Ozar.
I was gonna take Brian Station, but Buford had made a comment. I literally had Brian Station circled, and Buford kept talking, blah, 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 and then I took Ballard. That's who I took on the show. I'm thinking Brian Station will win. I'm hoping Brian Station wins because they need to bounce back.
Tough game, though.
What does that mean?
But I took Ballard.
Tough game.
You picking who?
Ballard.
Ballard. Okay. Rod Smith. Coach Smith.
Well, I took it on the chin last week with my guys over here in
We
truck.
all did.
Yeah. And I think this is the first time that Brand Station's been 0-3 in 30 years. I think it's what it said. Was it 30
Right,
years?
so Christian Academy of Louisville take on Lexington Christian. Who wins?
Cal.
It's at Lexington Christian.
I got
Yeah.
Christian.
LCA.
Cal.
You taking Cal? Chuck, who you taking?
Cal.
You taking Cal?
Y'all check out Hodge if you want to come see a player play, man. That quarterback is amazing.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Cal's quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the state.
Okay.
Well, Henry Clay goes to George Rogers Clark.
GRC.
Clark.
Ozar, I'm waiting.
Like I said, give me the L81. I don't know RC Cola.
RC Cole.
Running clock.
Okay.
Run the clock.
All right. Lafayette at DeSalle.
The sales.
Do I need to see the chin again?
I want to ride with my boy Lawson, man. I want to ride with Lawson. Let's say Lafayette.
I'm always going with the L.
There you go.
All right.
You gonna take one this week.
Generals, man. You a general.
Yes, I am.
You gonna take one this week.
Hey, Coach Steve, you ain't slick. You didn't answer. You ain't slick. You didn't answer.
On this show, Rod, I'm gonna help you out, Rod. I'm going Lafayette. What's up, baby? On this show, I'm picking Lafayette.
He did not answer. Hey, guys, you don't understand. He went like this.
Way back.
Rod, I don't want you to be out there by yourself, Rod. So
He's not. I said generals. I'm going Lafayette.
okay.
We got Lexington Catholic and Great Crossing.
Ooh.
At Great Crossing.
Ooh.
Great Crossing.
Great Crossing might be the second best team in the area behind
Great
Wilson
Crossing.
County.
Behind Wilber County.
In the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wilber County's number one. Because Wilber County went to California, right?
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Okay, then we got Shelby County versus PLD. And that's at PLD.
PLD.
Shelby County.
Coach Smith.
On this show, I'm gonna go Dunbar.
No,
going
I'm not going Dunbar.
Hits and heels pick is Dunbar.
I'm not going Dunbar.
On the hit the heel kick is Dunbar.
Shelby County's tough, man.
I'm not going Dunbar.
You're not going to Dunbar?
Nah.
Okay, you're going to Shelby County. Okay.
Yes,
And the last one, the city school playing each other is Frederick Douglass at Tates Creek High School. Does Tates Creek turn the corner a little bit?
They don't.
I think the Taste Creek's been they shine a little bit, but I don't think they're gonna beat Douglas.
The young fella, I think I put a target on his back last week.
Burnside?
Yeah, you know, it was my guy in middle school. I was coaching him. I love the kid to death, man, but those kids over at Douglas, they got a point to prove. And
Well, here's the thing is, so does he, because you got to remember, he was once at Frederick Douglass.
I
And
know.
he transferred over.
That's how I feel too. I think he's
know.
gonna play really light out.
The thing with
He's
Tates Creek is
gonna play hard.
And you know his hey guys, you know his daddy played at
Yeah.
Power Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Well, my
Yeah,
daughter,
he was Power Raiders. Okay.
my daughter goes to Taste Creek right now, and we going with Creek.
Okay.
well, I'm gonna get into some football. The thing is, with Tate's Creek, how they're gonna face they facing adversity now. You know, they played well the first 2 games and they
And then they
won
start
pretty
getting
handily. Then they go to North Odom and get
Who they
smacked
beat,
around a
blew
little
out
bit.
last year, 45-0.
Yeah. So my thing is, how are they going to bounce back against one of the better teams in the state? You know, are they going to carry that? Are they going to carry that 40-point loss back to Lexington? And how are they going to respond to that? We
Are they
know
one of the better teams in the state, though?
Douglas is one of the better teams. They played
No,
a
the
tough
record
schedule.
doesn't say that.
Whoa,
Well,
whoa,
no,
whoa.
hold
They're like
on.
Brian Station's record. Brian
They're
Station has
0-3.
played a
They're
schedule.
0-3. They're
And
Brian
they
0-3.
played a schedule. They ain't played
Y'all
ooey
both
in the
speaking
news.
facts.
You are what your record says.
No, that's not true. That's not
It's
true.
always
Hey,
been
No.
let me say this, Rod. If I play the Yankees 10 times
Don't
and
do it.
somebody else play Greenup County 10 times, that's a big difference.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, boss.
all records aren't the same.
That doesn't work.
What do you
They-
It
mean?
depends
they
on
have
who you
kids.
play. Frederick Douglass, Brian Station, especially Brian Station played a brutal schedule.
They both got tough schedules.
And they got
They
beat.
both got tough schedule.
And they got beat.
But Rod, they're not playing Dunbar. They're not playing Henry Clay. Now,
I know this.
hold on. Listen to me.
I'm
Now,
listening.
if Douglas came in 3-0 playing against Henry Clay, Lafayette, and Dunbar, it would look different than them playing Bowling Green, Bowling Green, St. X, or
And
Trinity,
Ballard.
whoever they play.
Trinity and Ballard.
And you know what I'm saying? So all records aren't the same. They're
Yeah,
not the
I get
same.
it. I get
And
it.
even losing to Ballard, Frederick Douglass, it happened. They made it happen or didn't make it happen. Fumbling the ball twice inside the 12 doesn't help you.
So whose fault is that?
No, I didn't say it was a fault. I'm
just
saying
not-
that you can't make mistakes against good teams.
You
You
can't make
play,
mistakes,
make-
period.
you
And
play
they're
a
making
team
make
that's not
mistakes. You can't make
good.
mistakes at
You can
all.
fumble twice inside the 20 and still win.
You can't make mistakes at all, Cisco, when they're making them.
It's
Well-
a tough skid right now.
It's a tough.
But I think it's a tough skid,
And
but I
who
think they'll
said-
bounce
and
back.
who says the
Y'all-
morale over
y'all
there at that
in the
school
big
isn't
things
down?
Kentucky, get the details on what big things Kentucky says. It's coming out when on tomorrow at what time?
Tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Every Thursday we drop at
What
6
time?
o'clock. I'm
Every
editing it now.
Thursday.
Is that a
I'm finishing
6:30
up
game?
editing now.
Yeah.
Douglas is going for 34-0 against the city.
City.
You know, that's what we do. That's how we do it. 34-0, baby.
Hey, Truck, you was with Crowson last week.
Hey,
Crowson last week. Now you with the Broncos. I don't know what to do there.
hey,
We win and we ride.
we win and we ride. I'm
I
just
heard
saying.
I
That's
heard
a
him
quote.
I heard him about 30 minutes ago, and then I heard him say that. We win and we ride. Last week he was with
Coach
Crowson.
Ward. Yes, all Fayette County games are 6:30. If they play each other, it's always at 6:30. Besides,
I've been gone for a couple of
Frederick
years.
Douglass game will be on that Saturday at 12 noon.
Yeah, okay.
When Brian Station plays, Frederick Douglass will be 12 noon on that Saturday today. But all
They keep
Fayette
it-
County games are 6:30, trying to get the young people out without incidents.
Yeah, it's
So-
been like that since COVID, I believe.
Yeah, they did that with the little incident they had, and they feel like it's safer and trying to get the babies home soon.
Yeah. And I get that. That makes sense.
It
Okay.
does.
Well, listen, we're gonna wrap this up because I wanted to get y'all on. I wanted to remind everybody there's only 10 days left. You can go to Lay Shop. I think we only got 3 more days.
Get y'all
before you-
tickets. Get y'all tickets.
I think it's layshop.com. I think on the 15th is the last day to be able to get tickets. We'll be a week away, and then next Saturday it's on and popping, and we'll be on the red carpet. And I
was
can't
gonna
wait
say
to
the
see
three of y'all will be
Littleton. I can't wait
doing
to
the
see
red
Rod.
carpet hosting, right? The three of
Yeah.
y'all be hosting. Yeah, y'all will be doing the okay.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Hold on, is too.
But here's the
The
thing.
O's not gonna be on the carpet.
Hey,
But
can I say
here's the
something?
thing
Can I say something?
that I am always very appreciative of. We're not Lexingtonians. We love us in Lexington. Don't get it twisted.
Can I say
And
something?
for them to put us a part on that and be a part of this, we are very humble with that. I mean that. I'm not trying to have a hallmark moment, but it's a fact. We're very humble and very appreciative to be a part of this gallery and a part of the whole thing that the Joneses and Connie started.
Go ahead, Rod.
I would just like to let Ozone Mitchell and Littleton Ward know that if you don't come at your best, you will.
Hey, all I know is, hey, Ozone, no, Ozone stylish, but those words, what?
He knows. Right.
They got stuff deep in their closet. They got stuff.
I know them both well, but I'm coming to make a point. There is a problem come the 21st of September. His name is Rod Smith.
Do your thing, then, young fella.
You know I am. Hey, Mr. Bryant and Miss.
We'll let it be lights, camera, action when it's time to be lights, camera, action, boss.
He's gonna have an ascot on and all that. He's gonna have his ascot on.
I'm not even wearing no ascot this year. I ain't wearing no ascot this year.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
boy.
this is not even ascot. It's not even an ascot event.
My pictures with y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, I tried to wear one. I couldn't know how to tie.
Rod, you silly, right?
Good to see you, Littleton.
Get them tickets. You got three more days.
No doubt.
3 or 4 more days. I think the 15th is the last day to get tickets. Friday, I think, is it Friday or Saturday? I think it's the last day to get tickets. Saturday's last day to get tickets.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, it's a wrap. And the food is going to be good. Entertainment is going to be good. Everybody's going to be looking good.
That's nice.
Can't wait to see everybody on the red carpet on next Saturday. We'll be back on again next Wednesday. So we got one more day we come on. Maybe y'all can come back and see us again. And
Thank y'all.
You know we got to end it. Bang, bang.
49 again.
Look forward, Truck.
I'm
Tell Beautiful say what's up, Truck.
On the platform.
Yes, sir. I will.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah,
How about them Cowboys? How about them Cowboys? You right there.
I knew these were
Cowboys.
It's a couple of us on here.
How about them Cowboys?
Hey, much love, guys.
Hey,
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Well, Coach Bryant, that was a good one. We got all our boys on. We got to see some Hall of Famers on, and Mr. Brown came on and with some great questions. I saw Christina Coleman that came on. Our daughter Jalen came on, and
Our niece came on,
and yes, I'm trying to think. Make sure that we gave everybody a shout out. Kai Simpson, our nephew, was on.
Nephew.
Hey, anybody else that's watching, thank y'all for coming in and tuning in. Make sure you go and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Hits and Heels, so that we can continue to just grow and bring you some good stuff. I know for October, I've got some great guests that are coming on board, but Coach Bryant is he's gonna accompany me for the next 2 weeks for the remaining of the month of September. We're gonna come on and chop it up, and we'll do the same thing. We'll send the link out. Anybody want to come on and do a shout out real quick, you'll be welcome to come on in the next 2 weeks. We're gonna do that, okay? Until October. What's any last
last day? The Niners will play the Vikings next week, and then the Cowboys will play the Browns. Play the Saints. Excuse me. And we're hoping that both teams go 2-0.
Is Landon Young still with the Saints?
Yes. Landon out of Lafayette High School.
Out of Lafayette High School. So I love being able to.
Well, Kentucky sent out a little link that I got that shows all the guys that's in the NFL. We'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
And which that's a great thing. So as usual, I walk away. She closes it.
No,
all right.
Good. I'm done.
They appreciate you guys for coming out, and thanks for supporting my beautiful wife. Deuces.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. We'll see y'all next week. If you want the link to come on, We'll chop it up just like we did today with all our people and everybody. Thank y'all for y'all support. I love y'all, and we'll see y'all next time.
You know.